The row.
Senator Thompson Raider,
Present.
Senator Bernstetter, Senator Searpoy, Senator Coleman, Senator Fitzwater, Senator Koenig, Senator Rizzo, and Senator Roberts.
Seeing that we have a quorum, I now move that we go into executive session. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. We are now in executive session. I move that we bring Senate substitute for Senate committee substitute for Senate Bills 189, 36, and 37 before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. The bill's now before the committee. Do we have any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, I move that we do pass Senate substitute for Senate committee substitute for Senate Bills 189, 36, and 37. Do I have a second? I have a second. Do we have any discussion?
I don't have a problem with the fiscal note, so I'll be voting yes on fiscal, but no on floor.
Got it. Thank you for that, Senator. Any further discussion? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Thompson Raider,
Aye.
Senator Bernstetter, Senator Searpoy, Senator Coleman, Senator Fitzwater, Senator Koenig, Senator Rizzo, and Senator Roberts. 5-6-1.
By your vote of 6-1, you have voted do pass for Senate substitute for Senate committee substitute for Senate Bills 189, 36, and 37. I now move that we bring Senate substitute for Senate committee substitute for Senate Bill 129 before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. Do we have any, the bill's now before the committee. Do we have any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, I move that we do pass Senate committee substitute, or I apologize, let me start that over. Senate substitute for Senate committee substitute for Senate Bill 129. Do I have a second? I have a second. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Thompson Raider,
Aye.
Senator Bernstetter, Senator Searpoy, Senator Coleman, Senator Fitzwater, Senator Koenig, Senator Rizzo, and Senator Roberts.
By your vote of 6-1, you have moved Senate substitute for Senate committee substitute for Senate Bill 129 do pass. I now move that we go out of executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. We are now going to hear Senator Eigel's Senate Bill 681. Is Senator here?
So proceed however you want.
That's all we got left. Do you want to check to see where it's at?
Yeah.
Give him a call, see how long he'll be. Hello, Senator. You may proceed when you are ready.
Madam Chairman, I apologize for my tardiness. I misread the.
I had to apologize before you did, so.
Okay. Well, we'll go through this quickly, Madam Chairwoman. State Senator Bill Eigel from the 23rd State Senatorial District. Happy to present Senate Bill 681. This act prohibits any regional or county sports complex authority from extending existing bonds where the existing principal will be increased, from extending any additional bonding authority to the executive branch, and from offering any tax incentives, including but not limited to tax credits. This act also prohibits the states from entering into any agreement with any such sports complex authority that will obligate the state to pay back any portion of any newly issued bonds without the approval of the General Assembly. And with that, Madam Chairwoman, I am happy to answer any questions.
Do we have questions for the senator? Please, yeah.
Senator.
That wasn't just an inquiry of
That's
questions.
okay.
That was a demand for questions.
I could go on a diatribe if you'd like me to, but I think you and I are both relegated to the same position, and 3 weeks left in session. This is going to
Yes.
be tremendously difficult to pass. Having
Correct.
said that, I would imagine that I and 9 other people would have a lot of opposition to this bill for a variety of reasons, mostly because it takes a tool off the table. I can probably, you and I have worked on different bills together and against each other, but we've negotiated at different times, and quite honestly, I think you would probably trade to get rid of the state income tax for something to go forward on this. And now you wouldn't be able to do that if you passed your bill.
You,
So you're taking a tool off the table that could maybe be used at some point down the road or another place like that. And that's the biggest problem I have with a lot of times when we quote unquote ban things, is the idea that I've been in negotiations, definitely been in negotiations with Senator from the 15th a bunch of different times, and we've worked very well together. But if tools continue to get taken off the table on how we get stuff through here, very similar to what happened in Washington when they got rid of different spending authorities, things kind of grinded to a halt. And I would just caution, I know, I understand it probably won't make much of a difference, but I would just caution that to be leery to everyone, actually, of even there's things you don't like, leaving them in play, because you never know when you're going to need to draw on them in a year from now, or 2 years from now, or this end of session. So, but more tools get taken off the table, the harder it becomes to make agreements. So, that's all. Under duress.
Senator, I'm not sure there was a question in there.
Yeah. Yes. I appreciate your outfit today, Senator. Your suit looks fantastic. Your tie is amazing. Where did you get it?
I think my wife picked my tie out, so that's the only way I look good, Senator.
Thank you so much. Any further questions for the senator? You can call your first witness.
I have no witnesses, Madam Chairwoman, so it's just me today.
Anyone in favor wishing to testify? Seeing none? Anyone wishing to testify against? Informational purposes only. Seeing none. Senator, you're...
Happy to be here, Madam Chairwoman. Thanks for hearing me today.
Thank you. This concludes our hearing on fiscal oversight. Thanks, Sean.